Hello, my name is Jason Linares Quintana, and today I'm going to talk about the listening skill in English learning. First, listening is the ability to understand spoken language. It is one of the most important skills because communication in real life depends a lot of listening. If students cannot understand what they hear, it is very difficult for them to respond or interact. Listening also helps students improve their pronunciation and vocabulary. When students listen to English frequently, they become familiar with sounds, intonation, and common expressions. Now, I will talk about some teaching approaches. One important approach is the communicative approach. This approach focuses on real communication. Students listen to conversations, dialogues, and real life situations. This helps them understand how English is used in everyday life. Another approach is task based learning. In this approach, students listen with a purpose. For example, they listen to complete a task, answer a question, or solve a problem. This makes learning more meaningful and practical. Now, I will explain some strategies and techniques for teaching listening. Teachers can use short audios, videos, songs, and conversations. These materials help students practice listening in different contexts. Repetition is also very important. Students should listen more than one time. The first time, they get the general idea, and the second time, they understand more details. Another important strategy is to focus on keywords. Students do not need to understand every word, but they only need to understand the main idea. This helps reduce anxiety and improves confidence. Teachers can also use visual support like image or gestures. This helps the student connect meaning with what they hear. Now I will explain the sequence of a listening lesson. First, we have pre-listening. In this stage, the teacher prepares the students. The teacher can ask questions, show pictures, or introduce the new vocabulary. This helps the students understand the topic before listening. Second, we have while listening. In this stage, students listen to the audio and complete activities. For example, they can answer questions, choose the correct answer, or identify specific information. Third, we have post listening. In this stage, students reflect on what they heard. They can discuss the topic, give opinions, or repeat sentences. This helps reinforce learning. Now I will give some examples of activities. One activity is listening to songs and completing missing words. This is fun and helps the students learn vocabulary. Another activity is watching short videos and answering questions. This helps the students understand real situations. Teachers can also use dictation exercise. Students listen and write what they hear. This improves attention and listening acquiring. Games are also a good option. For example, listening and matching image or informations. This makes the class more dynamic and interesting. However, there are some challenges in teaching listening. One common problem is that students want to understand every word. This can make them feel frustrated. Another challenge is different accents. Sometimes students are not familiar with different ways to speaking. Also students may feel nervous or not confident. To solve these problems, teachers should use simple materials at the beginning. They should repeat the audio and give clear instructions. Visual support is also very helpful. It is very important to create a comfortable and positive environment. Students should feel safe to make mistakes and learn. Finally, I want to give my personal reflection. In my opinion, listening is essential for learning English. It is not only about hearing, but about understanding meaning and communication. Teachers should focus on help students feel confidence. They should use different strategies and activities to make learning interesting. As a future teacher, I want to create classes where students can listen, practice, and participate without fear. I want my students to enjoy learning English and feel motivated.